How's this? Daddy wouldn't have wanted any of us to shed tears for him.
You know what? I don't think he'd want anyone struggling over what words to say either. Just say what's in your heart, Bud.
What if my heart's too full?
Well, then you have to let some of it out. You have to let other people say what's inside theirs.
Daddy and I had a lot of tough years, you know. He could have washed his hands of me at any time, but he didn't.
I love you, son. From the moment you took your first breath till I take my last, I love you.
I love you. And so does Billy. And so does Trish. And so does Mara and Shane. We all love you. And no one could have done a better job than you did.
No one has a finer son.
You know something? I miss having you around. Can you stay?
I can't. Time's running out for this old wildcat. I got places to go, things to do. But wherever I am in this world or the next, you'll always be in my heart.
He loved you, Bud.
He must have.
Hey, you two.
Oh, Wanda. Don't you dare cry. Don't you do it.
I can't help it. I love HB better than I love Lowe.
Come here, sweetheart.
It's true. He was the finest, most decent man ever to walk the earth. No offense, but the entire rest of the male gender should have been taking notes.
You get no argument from me on that.
Why didn't Cassie help me close up Lewis Oil?
Huh?
We left a message on the service telling us that it'd be open after the burial of the cross.
Well, it sounds like you got everything done then. That's good.
Well, I think we did. Oh, no. I left that package on my desk.
No. I sent an overnight express.
Hey, has anybody told you or Wanda that you're going to have to start thinking about how this lady likes to have her coffee in the morning?
Oh, no. Don't even listen to him.
Oh, no. The only person you have to listen to now is the newest member of the Lewis Major Stockholders.
I don't get it.
Daddy left Reva all his personal stock.
It's about time.
All I'm going to do is try to do the right thing by HB's generous gift. And I think maybe we should get to the church now.
Yeah. Hey, kids, come on down here.
Oh, no, they're not here. They're already there.
Well, who took them over?
Well, actually, somebody took them who just arrived from out of town.
Oh, yeah, who's that?
A few people.
Don't ask so many questions.
Lewis's don't die. They just move on to that last great oil strike in the sky. HB must have told me that 100 times.
Hey, I want to hear the story about it. He's mentioned something about a train ride to Montana.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, none of that. You give me a hug.
Oh, come on. We want to hear
No, that you
it.
can't want to hear. You can have a hug. You can't have
Oh,
it.
Cassie, come here. No, you can't do that. Come here. This is someone I want you to meet. This is my brother, Rusty Shane. Rusty, this is Cassie Lane. Ooh, that rhymes. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Cassie's working for Billy at Lewis Oil, and she's single.
Excuse us.
Yes, I guess he wants to say something to me.
What are you doing?
Well, I mean, look at them. They're like the perfect couple. They look like an ad for blonde, beautiful people.
The only beautiful blonde that I'm interested in is you.
Look, they're getting along.
Wait,
Look, she's laughing.
Slow down.
He's laughing.
What am I going to do with you, huh?
The same thing you always have, I hope.
Oh, the children have arrived. Hello.
Hi, you guys.
Hi.
Hey, Dad.
Hey. Ooh, good to see you.
You doing okay?
Yeah, now that you're here. Look, it looks like it's just going to be you and me from our side of the family.
No, actually, it's not. Didn't Aunt Reva or Uncle Josh tell you?
Tell me what?
Look who's here.
Guys. Oh, I had no idea.
Oh, I had to be with you, Daddy.
Can't tell you how much this means to me. You have no idea.
Yeah, we do. Bridget couldn't come. She's starting classes at the university.
What about Peter?
You could see him.
Hey.
How are you?
And there's my girl. Oh, my goodness. I got you back. Oh. So wonderful. Look at this. Can I give you this?
Oh, boy. HB, I spoke to one of your old girlfriends this morning, and she told me I better get my butt over here and say goodbye for her, or she would never forgive me. She also told me about a couple of unforgettable evenings that she spent with you. One involving the exchange of some designer sandals for some bowling shoes. Something I'm still trying to imagine. Anybody that could get my Aunt Alex into the bowling alley was a hell of a man. And you were that. So this is from her for the memories.
Hey. We have some pretty good ones ourselves, don't we?
Oh, boy.
Oh.
I'm sorry about HB.
Thanks. So, where's your other half?
That's actually kind of a long story.
No, I wasn't talking about Beth. I heard about that. I'm sorry. I meant your real other half, Rick.
It's truly pathetic. He's at the hospital working. Oh, you gotta go by and see him. You gotta go see him. It'll knock his socks off.
I will. I'll do that. You know, I thought he'd live forever.
Well, if anybody ever seemed indestructible, it was him.
You know, as long as I was his princess, I felt safe no matter where I was. I always knew I had his arms to crawl into and to come home to.
You will always be his princess, and he will always be looking out for you.
I am. Oh. I love you, Grant. So, I want you to catch me up on everything before the service.
You sure you want to hear?
Yes, every nice detail.
Oh, I don't know where to begin. It's been a long time.
Excuse me. What are you doing here?
Josh, I told you I wanted to pay my respects to HB, not just for myself, but like it or not, our fathers were very good friends.
Well, their sons are not.
Well, sometimes it takes someone dying to remind us of where we're from and what's important in life.
You know something, Alan? I could almost buy that from you, except for the fact that you are spending so much time with a woman who hates me and Reva so much.
Josh, this isn't about Annie. I'm surprised you brought her up.
What are you doing here?
You work for me, Cassie. I ask the questions. Now, why are you not sticking to Billy Lewis like glue?
His father just died, Alan. Don't you have any heart?
Look, I don't care what you think about me. I just want you to tell me what's new on the Lewis oil front.
I haven't heard anything.
Really? Well, you'd better start listening.
Go to hell.
Peter!
Oh, Barbara, I'm so glad you came. Thank you.
I'm so happy to be here for HV's celebration and to sing his favorite song.
Yes. Meet Ross Marler and his beautiful wife, Blake. This is Barbara Conrad.
How do you do?
She's going to sing a bit for us today.
Wonderful.
Oh, do you know I missed you every day? Huh? Every day? Come here. Sit with me. Oh, you're getting so big. So big. Let me see what you did.
I drew it.
You drew it? That's fantastic. Is that you and me?
That's Dylan.
That's Dylan? Oh, boy. He's a lucky man, that Dylan. Lucky man.
I thought you might like to see him before he goes to school.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been missing this kid like nuts. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thanks.
So is that Peter?
Yeah, how'd you guess?
Just when he looked at him, his eyes got all soft.
That's the way Hart looks at people that he loves.
So I guess you two made up.
Uh-huh. I guess you're referring to the silly incident the other morning.
You didn't seem to think it was too silly then.
Oh, it was. You should not take that seriously. Hart and I have been through too much together to be bothered by something as insignificant as you.
Weird.
What's that?
That someone who looks like you could be so insecure.
Excuse me.
I know.
You know, Josh, I was gonna send flowers.
Well, that actually would be very sweet, but if you want to make a contribution to this old church for HB, that would be great. This was one of his favorite places to go to when he lived here.
Really?
Sounds good.
Since when did HB start going to church?
Ross, he likes to come down here because they sang all the hymns that he liked from Oklahoma.
Oh, okay.
Now that's something I could do with all that Lewis Oil stock money that HB gave me. I could make a big old donation to this church.
There you go.
I like that idea.
All right, folks, I think maybe it's time for us all to take our seats.
Okay.
Looks like there's a lot of people here who loved you today. Folks, we're here today in memory of Harlan Billy Lewis. He loved his family, he loved his friends. And I'm glad to see a lot of his family's here. I was kind of hoping my sister Trish would get here, but I guess she couldn't get a plane on time.
I'm here, Billy. Sweetheart.
There's something about her I should know?
Someday when you have a lot of time. You're not the only one with a past and a history, you know.
Well, the three Lewises are under one roof again. Just sorry it took Daddy's passing to get us together. We decided to have this memorial service here in Springfield because Daddy spent his last years here and he loved it so much. And tomorrow we're going to take him up to Cross Creek and bury him under his favorite elm tree, right next to his beloved wife, Miss Martha, our mother. And, well, I've been trying to think of a story that I could tell you that would give you my views on my dad. And I'm thinking of a lot of them, but most of them are too off-color to tell in this church, so. But while I was doing it, one conversation that he had with me just kept flooding into my mind. I had gotten off the track, as you know I can do, and matter of fact, I'd gotten really out there.
I love you, Billy, every bit as much as I love Trish and Josh, maybe more. Why? Because I'm an old fool, and because Joshua and Trish, without exception, grew up by the book, but you had to do everything the hard way. Maybe that's why your wins mean more to me.
Well, I sure ain't winning now.
No, you ain't. And I ain't about to sugarcoat what you did to our company. You messed up real bad, and it ain't the first time. My daddy always used to say that...
Danny.
Hush up and listen to me. My daddy always used to say that any man who is worth anything is bigger than his checkbook. That's you, Billy, and don't you forget it.
Yes, sir.
And don't think this gets you out of the woodshed, because it don't. I'm madder than hell at you, Billy. And you know why? But you're one of the best men I've ever known. And don't you forget that. You hear?
So I just want to thank you, Daddy, for hanging around long enough to let me win your trust back. And you were right. You can't love yourself if you can't face yourself in the mirror. And loving yourself and your family and your friends are the most important thing in the world. Just after I was born, my daddy told me that he came up to the little crib I was in and looked down at me, and he said, boy, this is a very important day for me because it's the first day of your most precious life. And I just want you to know that you'll never be alone, because I know I'll never be alone now. He loved me when I was a boy. He loved me when I was a man. He even helped me to love when I was a parent. But the person that I think I'm going to miss the most was the person that I called my friend. I loved you, HB. Sail on, old friend.
My favorite memory of Grandpa HB is also my favorite memory of Grandpa Henry. We were sitting around just talking about what we wanted to be when we grew up.
What did you want to be a long time ago when you were growing up?
I wanted to be a fireman.
Me? A pirate.
Well, I've always been a kind of pirate. I'm still putting out fires.
But how do you know what's the right thing for you?
Oh, Billy boy, you're still young. You got lots of time.
I guess it's too bad that Grandpa Henry never became a fireman and Grandpa HB wasn't a pirate. But I'll tell you one thing, I'm sure glad I got to be their grandson.
Very proud of you. I don't quite know where to start. H.B. Lewis has been in my life longer than just about anybody. Lord knows he recognized me as a fellow sinner, and I guess maybe that's why we got along so well. He always respected me. And he taught me how to respect myself, even when I'd hit rock bottom, he taught me to keep my head up high. And I don't know whether I'm ever going to be able to repay him for that, but I promise you, old man, I will love and cherish your son and your grandchildren. And
I love you.
For as long as I can remember, HB was my daddy's closest friend. And in time, he became my father-in-law, my mentor, my confidant, and my friend. I loved him, and I'll miss him greatly. But as I look around this room, I can't help but smile, because I see his dear friends and his family, and I realize he's not gone. He'll always be with us, because he's in his children. He's in you, Billy.
and Trish and Josh and his wonderful grandchildren, Bill, Mindy, Dylan, Mara, Shane. So I guess it's time to say thank you, HB, for all of them. And as my father would say, thank you for having existed. Sleep well, HB. Rest in peace.
Will you do me a favor and come with me right now?
I can't.
Come, please. Come on.
Why?
Right now. Come on.
It's your turn, little brother.
Daddy,
Yes.
can I say something too?
Yes, you may.
Go on, sweetie.
The day after Grandpa died, Mama and Daddy were asking me and Shane what was the most important thing we learned from him. Shane made a long list, but I couldn't do it. There were lots of things to write, but I wanted to think of the one special, best thing that he ever taught me. Here it is. He taught me how to jump the waves. Every year, my grandfather would take me to the ocean. And even when we lived in Europe, he'd come for a visit and take us to the Italian Riviera. I was too little to swim real good. But Grandpa would hold my hand and let me walk into the water, up to my knees and my waist, and finally my shoulders when I got brave enough. A couple of times, I got knocked down by the waves. But Grandpa taught me how not to get knocked down. And if the wave didn't break yet, no matter how high it was, you could just jump right over it. And after the wave breaks, all you have to do is hold your nose and duck way down into the water until it passes over you. And then you come up for air like nothing ever happened. That's the best thing he ever taught me. So I thought I'd tell you. Oh yeah, ever since he taught me, I haven't gotten knocked down once. It's a great thing to learn. I haven't gotten knocked down one time.
The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me to lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in the paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me.
When they're all at Cross Creek tomorrow at HB's burial, I want you to let me into Lewis Oil so I can look around.
I'm not gonna do that.
You will if you want to see your daughter again.
And I shall dwell in the house of the Lord.
I love you, Daddy.
Well, earlier on, I was trying to prepare something to say, and Reva stopped me. She suggested that HB would just want me to speak from the heart, whether it was right or wrong or good or bad, so that's what I'm going to try to do here. We all learned a lot from HB. My brother Billy over there, as we already heard, learned how to believe in himself. And my sister Trish, my niece Mindy, two of the most beautiful women on the face of the earth, he taught them how to be exactly that, how to be beautiful, but not just on the outside, on the inside, which they are. And Reva and me and our children, we all learned from HB the true meaning of love, real love. And you know, I look around this room and I think at one time or another, I think just about everybody learned something from HB about how to really live life, huh? How to survive the insurmountable and accept the unacceptable, but most importantly, how to find joy. Joy at times when it seemed like looking for a needle in a haystack. So I think my beautiful daughter was absolutely right on when she told us her story of what she learned from HB. HB showed us all how to jump the waves, didn't he, darling? He most certainly did. The last time I saw my father was when he was sick. Billy and I, we flew out to over to Europe. We were both very scared. We didn't know if that would be the end or not. And I remember he was sitting in this big old chair, had a blanket covering those skinny legs of his. I must say, for the life of me, I still can't understand how a man of such great stature got by on such skinny little legs. And he had a bourbon and branch in one hand and a cracker in the other with some kind of horrible cheese spread on it. He had crumbs on his lips, and that big booming voice of his had been reduced to just a frail whisper. Now, I'm thinking that people who knew him might have looked at him like that and thought that he was just a shadow of his former self. People might have seen him and said or thought things like, you know, he's not the man he used to be, or there ain't much of the old HB left. But not me and Billy. Because as the three of us sat there together in that dark, stale room, HB still spoke with great wisdom and gentleness and honesty. The wisdom of a man who knows he's getting to the end, but also knows enough to accept it. The gentleness of a father who knows when to listen and knows when to speak. And the honesty of a man who has no reason to speak anything but the truth. You see, in those last moments that I spent with him, it seems so long ago now, he had truly become everything that I ever wanted him to be. He was not a fragile old man. He was not a shadow of his former self. He was my father. He was my daddy. And I remember thinking that it really wasn't that long ago that I was screaming at him at the top of my lungs. How much I hated him. But now I could kiss him on that pale white cheek that had once been so filled with the color of life. And whisper to him as he nodded off to sleep for the third time in about 5 hours. I love you, Daddy. I love you. And I thank God for that.
Love the good Lord and love this life he's given you. Cherish every minute of it. And everything will take care of itself.